true and pure and righteous is he that have part in the first resurrection. On such, the second death has no power. I mean, you have to be concerned about the second death. But they shall be priests of the Most High and of Mashiach Yahushua, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. See? Don't reign with a Mashiach Yahushua. You have an opportunity to reign with a Mashiach Yahushua for 1,000 years. As what? Priests of the Most High. Priests of a Mashiach Yahushua. So don't nobody tell you whatever they want to tell you without backing it up, or come here and make it mean something different. Judges 5:11 said we rehearsing the righteous acts. So some could be rehearsing how to be king. Ready for that? Oh, they really go crazy on that one, huh? But brother's name, Malak. King. They learn king. Say Isaiah 33:6. Isaiah 33:6. Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. See, this wisdom and knowledge of this word of the Most High shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation, power and authority that's coming to the Israelites. We got next forever and ever and ever. And strength of salvation. I've been saying this since the 90s. We got next. Hallelujah to the Most High. And strength of salvation. The fear of the Most High is his treasure. Better be afraid of him. You better come to this knowledge of the Most High before it's too late. Ecclesiasticus 2:14. Well, no, Ecclesiastes 2:1. Let's go there. Ecclesiastes. This is very important. Ecclesiasticus 2:1. This power and authority is coming to the Israelites. 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel, 144,000 will be taken out of that 1/3. 12,000 from each of the tribes of Israel. Ecclesiastes 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Most High, prepare. Prepare. That's what we're doing now, preparing. Studying to show yourself approved to the Most High. Prepare thy soul for temptation. So you got to go into the laws to deal with the temptation. The tempter, Satan. He can't deal with the law. When the Mashiach Shai fast for 40 days and 40 nights, I challenge any of you on this fact. Every time he tempted him, he was weak. Turn the stone in the bread and so forth. He went to the law. Every single time he went to the law. And I have many different case scenarios where I went into it to show you this. So you'll never be able to rebuke him. He left him for a season. He had to leave him because he couldn't deal with the law. He went to what David said. Cast yourself down. The angels gonna catch you in the palm of their hand. He couldn't go to the law. So if you know the law, you bring the law, like Mashiach Shai showed you how to deal with the tempter. With the law. But you got to be doing the law to bring the law to him. Or you're going to come with some kind of crafty and cunning way to come into something that you're dealing with in sin. Listen, my son, if thou come to serve the Most High, prepare. He said, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart, which is your mind, aright. Set your mind aright. According to these scriptures, thus say the Most High. Let the Most High be true and every man a liar, as it is written. Set your mind right, according to thus say the Most High, as it is written. And constantly endure. Don't run. He say constantly endure. Why he say constantly endure? Go to Matthew 24:12. Constantly endure. Look. And because iniquity shall be abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Say, because of wickedness going to be in this world, the love of many going to wax cold. Listen, verse 13. But he that endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. See, that's why he's telling you. Got to endure to the end to be saved. From your enemies and from the hand of all that hate you. That's being saved. Ecclesiastes 2:2. Set thy heart aright, set your mind right, and constantly endure. Constantly endure until the end, that you may be saved. And make not haste in time of trouble. You got a little trouble, then you run. First thing you do is run. Get a little trouble, a little something happen. Go through a little adversity. First thing people do is run. Say, make not haste in time of trouble, because you're going to run to some evil. Because it's waiting on you. Because you should have dealt with whatever you have to deal with, dog. You're going to run. Because most I bring a little adversity to you. He told you you're going to be dipped in the fiery furnace of affliction. Some people got to be checked. They got to be dipped and dipped and dipped and dipped till they get themselves together, because they got their own mind how they going to do things. And it's off. Cleave unto him, to the Most High, and depart not away. Be in order. Follow his orders, that thou mayest be increased at the last end. You hear that? The Most High give the increase. He don't give the exaltation. But you got to cleave to him and follow his orders. Men under Mashiach Yahushua under the Most High. Women under the man or the man. If they don't have a man, got to have some man. He called men in these last days. It's a big job that we have to do in dealing with other men. Women can't deal with these crazy men. That thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Increase and not decreased. Also, I get an increase. He's not a man he should lie. He said you're going to be increased at thy last end. You're going to be talking about no curses. Because you're doing what's right. He said you do what's right. Look, it kills me how just Deuteronomy 28, 1 and 2. Deuteronomy 28, 1 and 2. And it shall come to pass, if, that's a condition, I always tell you, thou shalt hearken, listen diligently, attentively unto the voice of the Most High thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Most High thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings, not curses, but blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if, that's a condition, thou shalt hearken, listen unto the voice of the Most High thy power, and do his commandments. So why you can't be blessed? That's what he's telling us. That thou mayest be increased at thy last end. And brothers and sisters, we in this 400th year. In Esau's 8th month, that's 400 years. From 1619 to 2019. It's supposed to be coming to us. You believe it? Some of you don't believe it. You don't believe it. You still want to remain cursed. But he said, you do what I say do. If you follow his commandments, he said, I'm going to bless you. To be above all nations. You're going to be increased at their last end. It's our last end, people. Verse 4. Ecclesiastes 2 and 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. Say, whatever you go through, take cheerfully. You're going to be afflicted, but take cheerfully. Some of you can't do that. That takes a lot of work for you to smile under adversity and not be really bent out of shape under times that other people just go off because they not in the spirit. They not spiritual. A spiritual man understands all things. So I say, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. And be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. You gotta have patience. Take time. You're at a lower state, you gotta have patience. Everything is not expedient. Everything won't happen right away. Because you want it to happen right away. I want it to happen right away. We gotta have patience. That patience will bring virtue. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Like I say, you're going to go through some changes. Hurt, pain, affliction, oppression, all of that. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Believe in the Most High, he's going to help you. Order thy way right. Follow his commandments, his orders, his rules and regulations. And trust in him. Have faith in him. That trust is faith. Have faith in him. You that fear the Most High, wait for his mercy. Mercy is not getting something you do deserve. You fear the Most High. Fear the Most High is the beginning of knowledge. Fear the Most High is wisdom. Proper application of knowledge. So you fear, you're afraid of him, you're scared of him, you're going to do what's right. Like you're afraid of whatever it is you're afraid of in this world. That you know you can get jacked up behind you doing. So, you that fear the Most High, wait for his mercy. And go not aside lest you fall. Don't go away from him. Don't go away from the laws that come. That's his rules and regulations. Or you're going to fall. Like I said, you're going to be the least in the kingdom of heaven. You that fear the Most High, hope for good. And for everlasting joy and mercy. Because you can't fear the Most High, don't do what he say do. Say look for good. And for everlasting joy and mercy. Here, everlasting joy. That means being happy forever and ever and ever. And not getting something you do deserve. Just overlook it. Because you're doing what's right. In the eyes of the Most High. Verse 10, look at the generation of old. Look at all our generations of old, he's saying. And see, did ever any trust in the Most High? Did any ever trust in the Most High? And was confounded, confused? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? In true righteousness, keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments, righteous men and righteous women. Does he say he loved Jacob? For the Most High is full of compassion. The Most High is full of compassion. The Most High give the increase. The Most High give the exaltation. And mercy. Not getting something that we do deserve. Long suffering, meaning suffer a long time. And very pitiful. Very pitiful. And forgiveth sins. He forgives sins. And saveth in time of affliction. Save you. Never give you more than you can bear. But woe, destruction be to fearful hearts and faint hands. And that's the sinner that goeth two ways, double-minded. I'm over here, swatting the fence. I'm over here, I'm over there, going two ways. You can't expect the Most High to do anything for you. He tell you that. Go to James, the first chapter. He tell you about that. The sinner that goes two ways. James 1. He says, verse 6, but let him ask in faith, believing in the Most High, nothing wavering. That's going two ways. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. That's going two ways, he's saying. Wavering. Sometimes you in it, sometimes you're not. Sometimes you're doing what's right, sometimes you're not. You better be straightforward. Deal with the truth all day long, all night long. You say you like the sea driven with the wind and tossed, going this way, all kind of ways. Don't know where, you're not stable. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Most High. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. See? A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Going back to Ecclesiastes, the 2nd chapter. Verse 12 again. Woe means destruction. Be to fearful hearts, fearful minds, fearing everything but ain't fearing the Most High. And faint hands. And the sinner that goeth two ways. See? So you don't expect to get nothing from the Most High. Woe, destruction unto him that is faint-hearted. Destruction unto him that is faint-hearted. Mind is weak. For he believeth not. You don't have no faith in the Most High. Therefore shall he not be defended. See, you gotta understand this. You want to be defended. If you don't know, you better ask some questions to find out. If that fits you, you need to get in touch with me so you can find out. Because he tells you in Psalms 34:7, the angel of the Most High encampeth round about them that fear him. Angel of the Most High encampeth round about them that fear the Most High, and delivereth them. You think it's not important? You better understand, people. This is real. Verse 13 again of Ecclesiastes, the 2nd chapter. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. He don't have the faith in the Most High. Therefore shall he not be defended. The angel going to be around him to defend him. Woe unto you that have lost patience. Woe unto you that's so fast to react to something. You know, lost patience. Patience deal with time. Sometimes you got to wait. Sit your butt down and chill. Woe unto him that have lost patience. And what will ye do when the Most High shall visit you? What you gonna do when the Most High visits you? What you gonna do then? When the Most High visits you? What you gonna do when he visits you with this? Ecclesiastes 39:28. There'll be spirits. That the angel encamp around them that fear the Most High. They be spirits. Those are angels. He said in Psalms 104:3, he makes his angel spirits. So these are angels. You got those that encamp around those that fear the Most High, that's doing what's right, to deliver them from anything that's anybody want to do to them. And you got these spirits here that we just read about. Ecclesiastes 39:28. There be spirits or angels that are created for vengeance. What you gonna do when he visits you? He said. Because there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, what you think woe mean? Destruction. In the time of destruction, in the time of woe, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. What you gonna do when he visits you? What are they? Fire and hell and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. They shall rejoice in his commandment. These spirits, these angels going to rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth. They right here on the earth. What you going to do when he visits you? They shall be ready upon earth when need is. When the Most High say, go do what I want you to do. And when their time has come, when he tell them that, they shall not transgress his word. They're going to do exactly what he say do. They're not going to transgress his word. They're in order. Like we got to be in order. Or you're going to be out of order and get the wrath of the Most High. 1 Corinthians 10 and 12. 1 Corinthians 10 and 12. Most High give the increase, Most High give the exaltation. 1 Corinthians 10 and 12. Wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall. If you think you standing, you better take heed to this word, lest you're going to fall. There have no temptation taken you but such as is common to man. When you come to serve the Most High, prepare thyself for temptation. There ain't no temptation that's come upon any man except for those temptations that are common to man, he's saying. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able. He gonna give you more than you can take. But will, with the temptation, also make a way to escape that ye may be able to bear it. Hear that? He don't give you more than you can bear. He give you a way to escape that you may be able to bear. Bear it, he's saying. That's the love and the compassion that the Most High have for us. Ecclesiastes 31 in the Apocrypha and 15. Judge of thy neighbor by thyself, and be discreet in every point. So we got to make sure that, like I said, a spiritual man judges all things, that he is not judged himself, because he's going to be on point. That's why I say, judge of thy neighbor by thyself. Judge someone by yourself. That's why I tell you in Matthew, go to Matthew 7 and 1. So if you're doing what's right, you following the law, statutes, commandments, you're not, following the way of the heathen and coming with your own understanding of things that's contrary to the word of the Most High, because you should be able to prove everything by the word of the Most High. Matthew 7 and 1. Judge not, that ye be not judged. Judge not, that ye be not judged. For with what judgment ye judge, we're going to judge by the word of the Most High. Ye shall be judged. You're going to be judged. We're going to be judged by the word of the Most High too. And with what measure ye meet, ye shall be measured to you. It shall be measured to you again. So however you measure someone, you can be measured that same way. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but consider not the beam that is in thine own eye? Meaning you got to look at yourself. That's why I say judge according to thyself. So if you got a beam in your eye, you can't take the mote out of your brother's eye. That's why you got to be on point. Spiritually endowed with this truth. Living it every day, every way. And stop sinning. So you can judge. You can't judge if you're a big sinner. You're doing the same thing that they doing. Only you covering it up. The Most High, though, ain't no secret with the Most High. His eye is 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men. Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote out of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thine own eye. You trying to deal with sins of a brother, and you sitting around sinning, and once the book is closed, that's why I always say when the book is closed, what's the word on you? Thou hypocrite, Mashiach Shai said. First cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye. That's why he's telling you. Give me understanding. Just the Old Testament. When we're in the Apocrypha in Ecclesiastes 31 and 15. Judge of thy neighbor by thyself. That's just like judge thy neighbor as thyself. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. You start with self. You tear yourself apart. Make sure that you're all right. Then you can judge. And be discreet in every point. Be discreet in every point. According to these scriptures. Not according to the way you think or anybody else think. It's got to be according to the thus say the Most High. Ecclesiasticus 3 and 21. Ecclesiasticus 3 and 21. Ecclesiastes 3 and 21. Seek not out the things that are too hard for thee. Neither thirst the things that are above thy strength. So some people want to be, they put you on the same page as them. You have in the Bible, so let's talk. You can't talk. Y'all have a Bible, you say, seek not out the things that are too hard for thee. Neither thirst the things that are above thy strength. Searching for things, deep mysteries when you still need milk. Ask you about certain things that's really, we look as the basics, and you can't bring them out scripturally, but you still endowed with what you learned from church. And trying to still compare what you learned from church because you're too prideful to let it go and start all over again. Shoot, I had to start all over again. I don't care what I knew. Traveled many places. I had to stop and let all that go and learn from the brothers. Straight up, that's what you have to do. As a babe, no matter how old you are. But your pride won't let you do it. That's why it's saying, seek not out the things that are too hard for thee. You want to be on a certain level. Like some of you brothers ain't been in but 3 years, 3, 4, 5 years. You want to be on the same level as brothers been in for almost 30 years. Make that make sense. In any profession, anything, you have all that experience is wisdom. Some of you ain't even lived a long time to be thinking you're going to check elders and so forth. And you're not no elder till you 51 years old. Read your Bible, the law, Numbers, the 4th chapter. 51 up. So you're not 51 years old, you're not no elder. Seek not out the things that are too hard for thee, but you ministers of the Most High and priests of the Most High. Neither search the things that are above thy strength. Don't search out something that's above your strength when you ain't even capable of doing what it is you're supposed to be doing as babes. That's why the Spirit's bringing this out. I hear it clearly. Brothers want to go into this deep spirit and ain't really learn the basics. Or women too. On the same page. But what is commanded thee? Think thereupon with reverence. What's commanded you? Say the Most High stretched forth his arm all day long. And his people counted for nothing. Think upon with reverence. For it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things that are in secret. See, that's why a lot of times, you look at people want to come up with their own way of thinking beyond something that they don't even need to be thinking about because it's a secret. And then they made up things that is a secret. They think it's a secret, that's a lie. That's why I was telling you this. Don't seek out the things that are in secret. Be not curious in unnecessary matters. Don't be nosy. That's what it says. Don't be nosy. That's what it really comes down to. Don't be nosy in unnecessary matters. For more things are showed unto thee than men understand. That's what he said. Remember he said prophets and righteous men would like to know the things that we know and they don't know it. That's what he said. But everyone that's been learning this truth, say, be not curious in unnecessary matters. For more things are showed unto thee than men understand. More things showed to you than men understand. With that, go to Ecclesiastes 5 and 2. Follow not thine own mind and thy strength. Don't follow your own thinking and your strength to walk in the ways of thy heart. They don't walk in the ways of your heart. Don't walk in the ways of your mind. That's why it's very important. It's sad because people don't have this to go to be able to cancel out following the way of their heart. Because I tell you, One of my favorite scriptures, Ecclesiastes 3:24. For many are deceived by their own opinion, following the way of their own heart. And in evil, here comes Satan, here comes the devil. Suspicion, that's your mind, and the way you think is overthrowing the judgment. So the judgment that you make is from the devil. You think you rolling with the Most High, but you rolling with the devil, because you done drew evil to you. Most High, he's not evil. He ain't dealing with no evil. He made evil for those that draw evil to them. You want it? Here it is. Satan always ready for you. That's why he told Cain, hey, Satan not waiting at the door. Your desire, Satan, Cain gonna be toward him. To him. Follow the way of Satan. Don't let that be you. That's why you gotta change. Ecclesiastes 37. If you want this increase, you want exaltation. Ecclesiastes 37. And we're going to read verse 27 and 28. My son, prove thy soul in thy life, and see what is evil. See? Prove yourself while you living, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it. That's why I say, you can't be deceived by your own opinion, vain opinion, worthless opinion, good for nothing thoughts, and let evil and the evil suspicion overthrow their judgment. That's what it's telling you. My son, prove thy soul in thy life. Prove your character in your body, in your life while you living, and see what is evil. See what is evil. Don't follow the evil. See what's evil. For it. See what's evil for your life. And rebuke it. And give not that unto it. Don't give your life unto evil. For all things are not profitable for all men. See, all things are not profitable for all men. What works for one don't work for another. Neither have every soul's pleasure in everything. See? You can't have pleasure in everything. Somebody can have pleasure in something that don't have nothing to do with you. You gotta say, no, I ain't dealing with that. Especially we that know the truth. Sitting around envying the wicked, shoot. That don't make no sense. Most I say, He's gonna bless us. First Corinthians 15:22. For as in Adam, all die, because they didn't do what the Most High said. So the day that you eat of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, you're going to die. So because of Adam, we all die. Even so, by Hashem Mashiach in the name of the Lord and Savior, shall all be made alive. We're going to be made alive to live forever. If you have faith in Him, and keep the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments, fear the Most High, and cry unto the Most High. With humility and a broken, contrite spirit, that He can increase us and exalt us to be above all nations, as is written in Deuteronomy 28:1. By doing what He say do, following His rules and regulations. It's not hard, it's just a matter of doing what He say do. So let's look at the ultimate exaltation. We're going to get up out of here. In 1 Thessalonians, go to fourth chapter. 1 Thessalonians, the 4th chapter. First Thessalonians, the 4th chapter. And we're going to go to verse 11. 1 Thessalonians 4:11. And that ye study to be quiet. Some of you need to study to be quiet. And to do your own business. Follow your own life. Studying to be quiet. Not no nosy people and trying to dip into this and that. That's in secret. And that you study to be quiet. You got to study to be quiet. To shut your mouth up. And to do your own business. Do your own business. And to work with your own hands as we commanded you. See? That you may walk honestly toward them that are without. You got to be doing what's right in front of them that are without, and that ye may have lack of nothing. And that ye may have lack of nothing. Increased. Exalted by the Most High. That you have lack of nothing. See, but I would have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, them that have died, that ye sorrow not. Don't sorrow. They died, but don't be sad. You had your time of sorrow for when they died. Even as others which have no hope. Even as others which have no faith. For if we believe that Mashiach died and rose again, you believe, I hope he died and rose again on the third day. Walked the earth for 40 days and ascended to the right hand side of the Most High. Even so, them also which sleep, by Hashama Mashiach Yahushua, in the name of the anointed Savior, will the Most High, through a Mashiach Yahushua, bring with him. For this we say unto you, by the word of the Most High, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Mashiach Yahushua shall not prevent them which are asleep. You're not going to prevent them that are in the grave who have died. You see? For the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushua himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, and with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump, that's the trumpet of the Most High. And the dead that have died by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua shall rise first. You hear that? Shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds. And the clouds are the vehicles of the Most High. When you read Psalms 104 and 3. The angels are Psalms 104 and 4. Let's go there right quick. I think I quoted it wrong. I said the angels are Psalms 104 and 3, but it's Psalms 104 and 4. Psalms 104 and 3 represents these clouds that we just read about. Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariots, their vehicles, what they call flying saucers. They call them UFOs, unidentified flying objects. We call them IFOs, identified flying objects. Who walketh upon the wings of the wind. Them chairs be rolling in the wind. Here the angels, who maketh his angels spirits. See? So the Bible could say angels, it could say spirits. Same thing. His ministers a flaming fire. That flaming fire represents the word of the Most High. So, look at 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter, and the 16th verse. 2nd Ezra 2 and 16. And those that be dead will I raise up again from their places and bring them out of the graves. For I have known my name in Israel. Hear that? It's like it says in 1 Thessalonians 4:16. He said, I have known my name in Israel. You're going to raise them out of the dead. Go to the book of Daniel 12 and 5. If that's not exaltation, what is? come with a Mashiach Yahushua, when he come back to judge and make war, Daniel's 12:5. Then I, Daniel, looked, and behold, there stood other two, and the one on this side of the bank of the river, and the other on the other side of the bank of the river. Let me see. And one said to the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, how long shall it be to the end of these wonders? How long is it going to be to the end of these wonders? And I heard the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, when he held up his right hand and his left hand unto heaven, and swear by him that liveth forever, the Most High, that it shall be for times and times and a half a time. That's times 100, times 200, and half a time 50, 350 years. And when he shall have accomplished to scatter the power of the holy people, all these things shall be finished. And I heard, but I understood not. Then said I, O Most High, what shall be the end of these things? And he said, Go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed to the time of the end. And that's what we just read about, how people have ears that are dull of hearing and eyes that they can't see. Many shall be purified and made white or made clean with this law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, and faith in the Mashiach Yahushua, and tried, dipped in the fiery furnace of affliction, and coming out of it, enduring to the end, enduring to the end. But the wicked shall do wickedly. The wicked going to remain wicked. And you see they're getting more wicked and more wicked and more wicked. And none of the wicked shall understand. See, that's why you look at people can't understand, they wicked. None of the wicked will understand, but the wise shall understand. And from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and the abomination that maketh desolation set up, there shall be 1,290 days. And Antiochus Epiphanes did this in the Greek Empire for sure. Blessed is he that waiteth and cometh to the 1,305 and 30 days. He's told Daniel, said, Go thou thy way till the end be, till the end of this world be. Esau is the end of the world. 2 Ezra 6:9 says, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Go thy way till the end be. And I have a whole breakdown on this Daniel 12 chapter. You want to go into it, just go into Priest Wam on YouTube and go to the magnifying glass to the right of the browser and type in breakdown of Daniel's 12th chapter. You know, we're in it, so I just want to go to this really to the end. It says, Blessed be he that waiteth and cometh to the 1,305 and 30 days. But go thou thy way till the end be. That's what he's telling Daniel. Go thou thy way until the end be, for thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot at the end of the days. See, Daniel didn't have to come back to this hell. He didn't have to come back here. So you're going to rest in your lot at the end of the days. Yes. Go to 2 Ezra 7, the 7th chapter. We just about finished. 2 Ezra 7 and verse 32. And the earth shall restore those that are asleep in her. You hear that? The earth going to restore those that are asleep in her, those that have died. And so shall the dust those that dwell in silence. And the secret places shall deliver those